Another day, another potential comeback win for the Yankees. Welcome, everybody. We're on a little bit early, heading into the top of the ninth. So hopefully the Yankees will close it out. Who do we have on here? Allison Bruises. How are you, Allison? Matt F is here. My man Udall's in the house. Gallo, yeah, he got robbed. He had a hard liner to right field, but they were playing a massive shift, and he just got robbed of hit. So, is what it is. He's made a couple of good defensive plays recently too, so I got to give him that. But I'm guessing the Yankees are probably going to try hard to move Hicks and Gallo. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but we'll see. We will see. Mr. Santiago's announced Coffee Cat, Tim King and Jordan's. What's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Yeah. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody had a nice weekend. And it's a good game, man. I mean, again, Jordan Montgomery got in a big hole, but he fought, except with the exception of the one inning. He took the game into the seventh. So, and that's a workmanlike performance, again, 6 2/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 6 strikeouts, 97 pitches. So, and, unfortunately, he's not in the position for the win right now. Abreu's in the, position for the win. No matter who comes in now, but it's I think it's a save game too. I think, but Abreu stands to get the win. But again, Montgomery kept them in the game while the Yankees kind of clawed back, right? And who do we got? Box scoring this, and Rizzo with the home run. Hopefully he's okay. They took him out. Matt Carpenter pinch hit for him. Now he's playing first base because that hit by puck in the elbow there. So hopefully he's okay. Abreu's still in. Nice. So Rizzo put him up 1-0, and then that's when the A's scored 5 in the third with a bunch of hits and doubles, and Laureano, Andrews, Sheldon Noose, and then Stanton hit that shot to put the Yankees up, put the Yankees down 5-2, or bring the Yankees up from 5-1 to 5-2, I should say. Then Judge with an RBI single to put him up 5-3, and then Stanton with a catcher's. That's when catcher's interference started. Stanton and Judge, both catches interference plays. Unbelievable. I've never seen that before. 2 catches interference in one inning. Sean Murphy. And put the Yankees in position to get a win. And Jose Trevino, Josh Donaldson with the RBI double, Trevino with the 2-run double, and then Trevino with the RBI double to put them up. And it's 9-5 now. That's where it stands. And Abreu is looking to finish the game here. So he's got 1 and 2 on Allen right now. And that was the box score. I mean, so Montgomery again 6 2/3, gave them length, and then Abreu looks like he might close it out with 2 1/3 himself. 1 out, struck him out. Who else we got here? Sean Browning, man. What's happening, man? Yeah, they don't stop fighting. Again, not all the wins are going to be pretty. Some of them are going to be ugly. Some of them are going to be. It is what it is. But a win is a win. And again, they're going to be, it'll be 33, 34 games over 500 now. It's going to be crazy. It'll be nuts. So I think it'll be 54 and 20 after today. So, it's kind of hard to beat that. So, here we go. Coffee Cat. No, that hit him in the elbow, Peter. Okay, hit him in the elbow, the inside of the elbow, close to the funny bone, which looks like it's on the inside, but it hit him in the elbow. Yeah, Stanton's heating up. Yeah, Mr. Santiago, only 1 pitcher out of the bullpen, which is a good sign. So, by the way, if you're on here and you haven't smashed that like button, do me a favor and smash it really hard right now. Let's try to get them likes up really quickly. Try to just shoot them through the roof if we can. All right, we got 2 outs now, but a pop fly, and Stephen Vogt is up. So hopefully Abreu will close it out. Rizzo got hit in the elbow, Tim King, in the last inning with a pitch by A.J. Puck. I call him Puke for now because he hit him with the pitch. Hello, Japan. What's happening? Yeah, offense, sluggish for a couple games, and now this is an easier team to get through than the Astros. So, they'll still have – I'm not sure if they're going to face Frankie Montez, but, the rotation's not as strong as Houston, so they should be in a position to maybe sweep the A's. So, we'll see. At the very least, win the series. The Red Sox lost 7-2 today. They were 18-4 in June. Well, now it's 18-5 in June, and they only picked up half a game on the Yankees. And now they're going to lose. They're going to lose the game now, so they'll be down they'll be 18-5 and they'll lost a half a game against the Yankees. So it is what it is. That's what happens when the Yankees keep winning and winning and winning. There you go. The likes up now 24. Let's see if we can get it. Let's try and get up to 50 likes if we can. Bedford, oh man. Bedford, 3:30 a.m., man. What are you doing up, man? I appreciate you being on here, but make sure you get some sleep. But welcome to UK, man. UK is one of my favorite places in Europe to go to. I really enjoy Europe. I really enjoy Europe, but I really like the UK. Hot as crazy, yeah. It's hot over here on the East Coast too. But I can only imagine what is over there in Japan. Pop up, foul ball, 2-2. Montez is pitching tomorrow. What's up, Talbot? What's going on, brother? Justin's in the house. Mike Petticone, Christopher Woods, Albert Wheeler. What's going on, crew? Yeah, it's a huge hit from Donaldson, right when, so many people have been bashing him today, but he came through. He really came through. Alex, welcome, man. I appreciate that, man. Well, thanks for the well wishes, and welcome to the 161. Blue pit, no. Pop up. Game over. Yankees win. Yankees win 9-5. They were down 5-3 in the 8th, and they scored 6 runs. 6 freaking runs, man. Excuse me, in the 7th. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Tyler, I would agree, man. Oh, Amsterdam's awesome, Jason Long. Amsterdam's awesome. I love Paris, too. What's happening, Fritz? Oh, that's right. Montez versus JP Sears. Yep. So I brought up JP Sears to kind of be a 6-man in this particular round. We'll see after this one how it goes. Trying to give guys like Nestor and Severino a break because these guys are approaching innings limits. So they're gonna have to do this. Yeah, small contributions, large contributions. Sean, that was a big, supporting contribution there from Albert Abreu, man. 2 1/3 to compliment Jordan Montgomery. It's nice, man. Get the win. It's fantastic. And preserve some of the arms. They might need it tomorrow. So, yeah, the team is really awesome, man. I mean, it really is, Wink the Man. It really, really is. Yeah, man. Another win, 54-20. 34 games over 500. I mean, what can you say? Yeah, what can you say? Tyler, those are my 3 pieces. A reliever, a starter, and a dependable outfielder. Preferably one who's a contact hitter, not necessarily reliant on home runs. So somebody we can use who might be able to play multiple positions. And again, who preferably hits from the left-handed side, but we'll see. There are some guys who are available, but now I'm hearing some other teams like the Padres are already engaged with the Royals for Andrew Benintendi. So, I would keep an eye out on that one. I would keep an eye on it. Padres also need starting pitching and relief. So Benintendi and something like Scott Barlow could be a Padres trade. Could be. But we'll see. Yeah, I like when Donaldson gets those hits like that. It was a clutch double, 2-run double, man. 23 comeback wins is freaking phenomenal, man. And Sean, yeah, this is what I was saying too. Like after the no-hitter and after, how do they rebound from that? How do they respond, right? And even though there would be a no-hit through 6 innings yesterday, they still responded. They came back and they won. They kept fighting it. Whereas teams from 2021, 2020, and those teams yesteryear wouldn't have done that. This team is different. It's doing that. So, and that to me is something I really appreciate. Thank you, Bad, again. I appreciate that, man. Smash that like button, guys and gals, if you don't mind. It's really, really helpful to the channel. And it mean a lot. It does mean a lot. I thank you for that. Gallo, he is off weakest link offensively, Sean. There's no doubt about that, man. And I hope Sears. I mean, this is probably the right fit too against Oakland instead of against Houston, or instead of against Tampa. So they probably called him up at the right time. And so I'm curious to see how Sears does tomorrow against Oakland as well. He gives us 5, gives us 6, even 5. That would be nice. And then we have a fresh bullpen. So with the exception of Abreu, fresh bullpen. So that would be nice too. Who the option to get Sears on the roster? It's a good question, Christopher. I got to go back and see. They did not bring up Clark Schmidt yet. I'm not exactly sure. But They will somebody tomorrow, so no doubt about it. To officially get him on the roster, yeah. Yeah, they were down 5-1, man. It was that one bad inning from Montgomery. It happens, one bad inning. Gave us score 5, and then the Yankees scored 6 and a 7. So they paid him back. They did the same exact thing to the A's. And they stayed patient. They did the small ball, medium ball, large ball, everything. Stan with the home run, Gallo with, Rizzo with the home run, and then a bunch of clutch hits, right? Singles, doubles. They took advantage of catcher's interference. So some heads up baseball too. Some heads up baseball. So, yeah, I heard you're planning on activating Chapman. Well, actually, I don't know about that. Yes, tomorrow, Christopher, because he's supposed to throw a AAA outing tomorrow. Supposed to. That might change, but I'm hearing that he's projected to throw a AAA game, at least one, which I think is a good idea. I don't want to come up to the majors after 2 AA games. I think AAA is the next step, and I would do the same thing for guys like Herman, for guys like Loizaga, for guys like Britton. So, who was apparently hanging around in the Yankee bullpen today, in the dugout, Zach Britton. So I don't know what that means, but almost 50 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100. Let's try to get to 100 likes. I always got to try to blow past 100 every time we do a live stream. So, especially when the Yankees win, we're celebrating another win. Got the Savages T-shirt in honor of my Yankees. So let's keep it rolling. Wednesday, probably Tyler. It's probably, yeah, because they did say they wanted to throw him tomorrow in a AAA game. So that's what I'm guessing too, Talbot. Aiden's in the house. Rick Fulmer's in the house. What's happening, man? Bill Trooper's in the house. What's up, my man? Josh Bell from Washington. He's an option, but I don't know where he would fit here. He could be a backup to like Rizzo, but then a DJ can back him up. Carpenter can back him up. So, and who would they move for him is the question. But he'll get interest at the trade deadline. So, and he'll definitely get interest at the trade deadline. I'm actually doing so. Just so you guys and gals know, if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you do. I'm doing my updated MLB trade deadline predictions, obviously before the deadline. I'm doing team needs, and I'm going to break it down by division. AL East, one video, AL West, next video, AL Central, and then the same thing for the NL. I'm breaking down, identify all the team needs and maybe some fits. So we'll go over all that stuff so everybody has on the same page and knows what's going on. All the stuff leading into the deadline. And obviously, I'm going to go live trade deadline day for several hours. So you're going to get all the stuff live time if you join me. And I'm going to try to I'm going to invite. I already have invited several other channels on to join me at any point in time if they want to hop on for the trade deadline extravaganza. So that one's going to be nuts. You're going to get all the info live time. I'll probably be on for like 5 or 6 hours straight, and that's going to be awesome. That's going to be a kick-ass live stream. Kick-ass live stream. You'll know everything that's going on, and you'll also know everything leading up to that point. What's already happened. We'll address that in the beginning of the video, and then live time, you'll get all the trades, and I'm going to stay for about a half hour to an hour after the deadline because all that last stuff starts filtering in. I don't want you to miss that either. So that's all coming. That's all coming. And I've done my early MLB trade deadline predictions, but that was like maybe 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. I'm going to do my updated ones now that the teams are playing a little bit different, the needs are different, and so on. So, and you can compare the two if you want. And but that's going to be a lot of fun. I have a bunch of stuff coming, so I don't want you to miss it. Is that Ronnie? Ronnie Cabrera, what's up, man? Big time. 23 comeback wins, man, for the Yankees. Phenomenal. Yankees and 10 walk-offs, too, which is nuts. Yankees starting staff ERA coming down to earth now. Cole, show why he's Cole's my guy, man. Cole's my guy. The reason why, I mean, don't get me wrong, Nestor was pitching like an ace for a little while. So was Severino, but so was Tyon, so was Jordan Montgomery. But there's only one guy on the team that throws consistent 200 innings. That's Garrett Cole with elite performance. So that's why I call him the ace. Castillo would definitely be a starter, and I would be looking to bring in a proven major league starter. I like Ken Wolochuk. I like JP Sears, but again, they're not proven at the major league level yet. 1 game for Sears, 0 for Wolochuk. I want to bring somebody proven here as well. You can never have too much depth, and this has happened with the Yankees before. You know, but sometimes they generally don't get one person hurt. It's like 2 or 3 or 4 at the same time. So having more depth for the Yankees would be a wise idea. Another starter and another reliever. And Talbot said too, and even another outfielder would be a wise idea for the Yankees. Because the other teams they're gonna add. Houston's gonna add. Toronto's gonna add, right? Tampa's probably gonna add. And they need to keep up with these guys. They really do. All right, almost 70 likes. We might get to 100. Let's go for it. Trade Gallo for Clay Bellinger, straight up for both. You're gonna have to give more than Gallo, JD, to get Clay Bellinger. But I like where your head's at. That'd be an intriguing one. No, if they land Castillo, they won't go for Montez. I think they're going to try and bring in one starter, just one. Yep. I'll not be surprised if Chapman comes back at the end of the week, assuming minor league rehab goes well. So far, Jonathan, he's had 2 good outings in Double-A, and they're bumping him up to Triple-A now for at least 1 outing. So I would expect the same thing, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, around there, Friday. It could be any one of those days, to be honest with you. So big time comeback team. Big time, man. Tyler, Montez, Castillo, Tyler Mahle, Brubaker, starting pitcher options at the deadline. Yeah, those are probably the guys. Probably the guys. Would the Dodgers do that, JD? I don't know. The Dodgers would need more than Gallo. What's good, Ronnie Cabrera? What's happening, brother? What's up? Chris Schmidt was in the house too. Yankees moves that would seal the deal. Brian Reynolds, Happ, and Montez. If they got all 3, that would be pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Do I think Judge misspoke yesterday? I don't know. Maybe, but he never corrected himself after it, and he still hasn't. So I don't know. He probably believes that, but who knows? It's not a scandal or anything like that, but he's riding a high. If he meant team, he meant team. If he didn't, he didn't. So, but he clearly is one of the best players on the team. But I just don't want to think too much into it, because then people thinking he's taking shots at his teammates, and there's all different types of ways people can think about it, right? So, I'm just glad he hit the walk-off. But again, you know me too, Sean. I will criticize him when he stinks too. There's no double standard here for Aaron Judge, especially when it pertains to me. He gets no free rides while everyone else gets pounded. No, sir. And it doesn't make me a Judge hater. That means I'm keeping an even keel to everybody, even standard for everybody. So some people don't like it, but that's just the way I roll, man. And I think it's better to be that way. I'd rather be fair that way. So I'll criticize Cole when he stinks. I'll criticize Stanton, whoever it is, when they stink. That happens to everybody. Happens to all superstars. They go through slumps, and they go through. It is what it is. And if you want Trout money, it's going to come with Trout criticism and Trout pressure. So that's got to come with the territory too. Gallant, yeah, he hit the ball hard. He did hit into some bad luck today, Marcel. You're right about that. You're right about that, man. That was a hard hit ball. They just played a massive shift in the right field. So that would have been a base hit in any other game. I hope Rizzo's okay, Marion. I know they took him out for precaution, ice and stuff like that. So being hit on the inside of the elbow near the funny bone, I hope it's not worse. I just hope it's a day-to-day thing. I hope it's not like Bryce Harper, where Bryce Harper has a fractured thumb. He sounds like he needs thumb surgery now. So he might miss the rest of the year. You never know. Oh, I do love this team, Ronnie. There's no doubt about it, man. Always finding a way to win, whether it's big, whether it's large, doesn't matter, small. 80 likes. We're only 20 away from 100. Let's get it. What sources will you? Oh, a whole bunch. A whole bunch, Greg. Everything from MLB TradeRumors.com to all the top writers to Twitter. That'll be everything. Yankees, home. And I generally will back things. Once I get something breaking, I will confirm it through 2 or 3 or 4 credible sources before I'm going to put it out. I'm not going to put out something prematurely and then have it not be true. So whatever I do put out, Greg Torres, it's going to be verified by multiple sources before I put it out. So as much as I'd like to be the first all the time, but being first doesn't mean dick if you're wrong. So I'd rather be accurate. Be accurate, and I want you to get the good information, if that makes sense, Greg. Yeah, there'll be a lot of sources. A lot of them. When was the last game you saw two catches? I've never seen it, Ryan P. Ever. Two catches in interference? Never seen in my life. I rarely see one very often. Two in the same inning, too? Like, what the freaking hell? Crazy. I mean, he was definitely sticking his arm way too far out, so he was bound to happen twice. No, but it happened at the perfect time. Perfect time. So, and Jay, yeah, Abreu did definitely save her bullpen. Adding another starter would be wise, Ronnie Cabrera would be absolutely wise to do. Must add. Yeah, the Yankees still have to fortify. They have to add pieces. And again, it's not necessarily the best pieces because the best pieces aren't always the right pieces. I know they want to add guys that are not going to disrupt chemistry, that are going to make the team better where it needs to and address certain areas. So I expect them to be very, very selective with whom they choose. Toby Sanchez, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that, man. God bless. Hicks and Gallo. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much automatic outs for the most part. I'd rather have Robertson, Hap. Oop. This thing just strolled super fast. Hang on 1 second. Oh my God, we scrolled like 1,000 down. Where was that? Hold on here. Robertson, somebody, where did it go? Oh, here we go. Justin, I'd rather have Robertson, Hap, and Castillo than Montez. Yeah, I would take those three over Montez. Yeah, no doubt about it, Justin. You got your reliever, you got your outfield, and you got your starter. 100%. 100%, Justin. Lorenzo all over the place. I mean, I go to the team. I individually research each team and find out their needs and get that confirmed. So it takes me hours and hours and hours to get my research done for trade deadline targets, Lorenzo. So it's not like one website where there's everything there. No, we are still in waiting mode, Udall. Then we went to the hospital, and they were going to induce my wife, and then they sent us home after like 7, 8 hours, something like that, because the blood pressure stabilized, and this baby's she's just like this, like, no, I'm just hanging out a little longer. She's definitely on her own clock. She runs the show, so it's what it is. That's all right. But can't wait to meet her. The A's will try to fleece everybody for Montez, Christopher. You're absolutely right about that. The good thing is, Cashman very rarely gets fleeced. Very rarely gets fleeced. So, Gallo needs to bunt. Oh, that bunt last night from IKF was on the money. On the money. He had to get an X-ray today, by the way. Gleyber Torres' ankle sprain looks like it's okay, but he did get a cortisone shot in his hand or his wrist today. And IKF got an X-ray of he got either a bruise or a sore index finger. So I wanted to make sure it wasn't broken. So it's been affecting his swing. That's all we know right now. Haven't gotten anything else, but there's no break as far as we know in terms of IKF. So that's a good sign. Chopping, yeah, we talked about this too at the shift. I mean, in Little League, you learn how to hit the ball the opposite way. At what point do they forget? I would be doing it. I did it in high school. After high school, like, you learn how to hit the opposite way. And just because you go to the major league doesn't mean you stop. Some of the best hitters in baseball were opposite field hitters. Edgar Martinez, one of the best at opposite field. He was fantastic. Even Giancarlo Stanton, the majority of his home runs, opposite field, or at least a 50-50 ratio. I mean, it's good baseball hitting it both ways. And I'd like to see more lefties hit the ball to left field. And Brett Gardner was actually good at that. He had a lot of balls to left field. I got to give him credit for that. He was good with that. No, 100%, Ronnie. Good vibes, man. Well, this is true too, Jake. Chapman does need consistent work. And it doesn't have to be the 9th. It could be the 6th. It could be the 7th or whatever. I'd rather have a productive 7th on a regular basis than an erratic 9th every 5 days. Something like that. I'd rather keep Clay Holmes on the 9th because he's been reliable. I don't want to mess with it. You know what I mean? So, and he's he's done at the end of the year anyway, Chapman. So let's get what we can out of him, whether it's 6 or 7, whatever inning it is. Okay, let's just not disrupt what we have at the end. Put him where he's at, and let him be effective, please. Like, and let it be, and then you mix and match as you need to. But like, let's not mess with this stuff now. You know what I mean? And Chapman did have a good start to the season. Then he started to get wild, and but he's streaky like this. He could be dominant for a month, and then he could be Rick Ankiel for a month and not find the plate. So it is hopefully the Achilles was part of the issue. It seems like he's healthy now. He's throwing well. He's a big, strong dude. He's got like a gargantuan arm. We know this. So if he comes back, I just hope he has control, which is why I would keep him in AAA until we see good control. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Gina's in the house. How are you, Gina Ferrugia? Taylor's in the house. What's happening? Yeah, they got to bring it back for nothing, Taylor. It's pretty awesome. And he was excited when he came back here. So, which is a really good thing. I love when people want to be here and want to play here. That to me that's awesome. But yeah, Greg, good points about Chapman, man. Yeah, I mean, right, Christopher? I mean, there's no reason why these guys can't use the whole field. It's really, and especially if you're batting lefty and everybody's pulling and they're over the second base side, you can tell me you can't just place a bunt down the third base line hard enough so that it passes the pitcher? I mean, it's really, they have to be able to do that. They've got to be able to do that. And then with the batting lefty, you're already on the side with more momentum. You're running a shorter distance from home plate to first base than you are hitting on the right-hand side. So to me, I would be practicing that like 100 times a day. To me. But I did, Justin, a lot of suspensions today, man. A whole bunch of suspensions. Even Phil Nevin got suspended 10 games. 10. 12 guys got suspended from that Angels-Mariners brawl. Freaking nuts. Freaking nuts. Oh. Yeah, that was nuts, man. Well, that's the other part too, Billy. We want them to we want them to actually take leads and keep them too. That's the other part. They have to learn that they've got to win more often that way too. The comeback wins can be stressful, and again, it puts more stressful on the team as well. So, Toby, thank you, bro. We're catching up here. We have like 1,000. Henry Hill's in the house. If I missed you folks, my apologies. The thing just scrolls it scrolls like 1,000 at once. So I'm trying to scroll back as much as I can without falling behind anymore. Tony Gwynn and Cal Ripken. But oh yeah, Tony Gwynn is the best, probably in my generation, the best hitter I've ever seen from the left-handed side. Edgar Martinez, I think, was the best from the right-handed side that I've ever seen play personally. So that brawl was nuts, Talbot. Nuts. No. 12 dudes, man, got suspended. Yeah, I hope that heck get JD going too. I want to see him go on a tear, man. We need him to be so consistent with the offensive performance. So we're almost at 100 likes. Nice, guys. Thank you. 4 left. Yeah, man. Let's not mess with what's working. So seriously, I'm not putting Ferrari gas in a Pinto, thinking it's going to perform like a Ferrari. It doesn't work that way. I think Taylor. I mean, my personal opinion with Gallo and particularly Hicks, I think they're trying to contain. And I don't agree with it necessarily, but I think they're trying to keep these guys playing consistently with the hopes of them resurrecting trade value to make it easier for them to be moved. So, and the only way they're going to restore trade value is if they're playing on the regular basis. Now, I get the logic, but these guys got to start performing, right? So they really, really do. And we need some more consistent performance. Really, really. And again, but if they don't, like Gallo is a free agent at the end of the year. Hicks has 3 more seasons, so we definitely need Hicks to pick it up. So, but that's my logic. And Rod Carew is another one. He was a legend. Udall. Great one. Good one, man. And WWE had nothing on that brawl. that brawl was crazy. That brawl was crazy, man. Yeah, like Hicks and Gallo both. They have one great game a month, one great game every other week, and then they shit the bed for 2 weeks, and then clutch hit, and then they shit the bed. Like, it's just, I don't know. Oh, thank you guys and gals for doing. We're over 100 likes, man. I appreciate you. Hey, my connection in Pittsburgh, Yeah, Yeah, that scene, man, especially then when he brings De Niro that duff with the bag full of stuff and doesn't fit. What's the matter with you? Huh? What's the matter with you? That's a great Pittsburgh connection, Coffee Cat. Yeah, Udo. It does remind me. It reminds me of '96 first, and then part of '98, part of '99. But this team is it's really hard to keep them down. I'll tell you that much. They fight right back. So that's the type of tenacity we need. If the Pirates, if the Yankees can give up Dominguez, Oswald Peraza, Estevan Florial, Hayden Wesneski, Beckway, and Trey Sweeney, and get Brubaker, Bednar, and Reynolds in return, that would be probably the blockbuster of the year. I mean, they get everything they need in that one trade, Tyler. And Brubaker gives them starting depth. Bednar gives them that elite reliever they need, and Brian Reynolds gives them the outfielder, the center fielder, the leadoff hitter that they don't have because they keep. Judge is not a leadoff hitter. Neither is Rizzo. Neither is DJ. None of these guys are leadoff hitters. So we need someone like that. It would be phenomenal. That's a trade right there, Tyler. That's a huge trade. I think they would have to add a little bit more, in my opinion, Tyler. Everson Pereira or something like that too. And but that right there, that's the money trade. The money trade, Tyler. So yeah, I said it too, Billy. I mean, these guys know that they can get Gallo out on high fastballs because with his uppercut swing, he's never going to get to it. He's never going to get to it. He's always going to be behind, right? And if he does, it's going to be a cheap pop up or something like that. So that uppercut swing is easy prey for high fastballs or fastballs to the outside, and he always strikes out on those pitches all the time, Billy, all the time. So it's true, man. It is true. Yeah, if they trade with Castillo, they might as well try to get Luis Sessa back too. I think Matt Blake would resurrect his performance, and he got better every year with the Yankees. He's also a great chemistry guy, great teammate. So that's the type of guy I think they'd want to bring in here. Chemistry guys. He was a chemistry guy. He was loved here, beloved. So, oh yeah, Fred. Yeah, especially with the way the first half of that game, people probably like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. Do you think they load up on outfield in case Christopher? I mean, to me, so it sounds like in that recent video I put out that the one I put out this morning is that the Yankees. There's speculation that they're looking to bring in 2 outfielders, which makes sense. Which to me would not most likely not include Andrew Benintendi. But if they're gonna, the 3 guys I mentioned were Benintendi, Happ, and Brian Reynolds. Happ and Brian Reynolds have controllable years. Benintendi does not. So if they do bring Benintendi, they're going to want to re-sign the guy. So, and then what happens if Judge walks? Then they have a couple of guys, whether it's any one of those guys. If Benintendi gets re-signed, then they have controllable years. So if they get 2 of whoever it is, then they're covered in the outfield, and they have enough production to withstand a Judge loss and a Gallo moving away too in free agency. So, and to me, Benintendi and Happ combined would probably cost either as much or as less than Brian Reynolds would by himself. So those to me would be the more ideal fits. And again, they're multiplayer trades. All these teams, multiplayer trades. Benintendi, you try to go after Scott Barlow. Brian Reynolds, you try to go after Brubaker or David Bednar. Ian Happ, you try to bring in David Robertson. So you can address 2 positions in one trade with any one of those moves. So, and they're going to have to be willing to give up some prospects. The Pittsburgh trade is going to be by far the steepest in terms of what to give up. And again, yeah, you're going to have to give up. But those right there. I mean, people keep saying Reynolds is shit in the bed. Reynolds is projected. Last year he had 24 home runs and 90 RBIs. He's projected right now to pretty much match that this year. And for a non-power hitting guy who's switch hitter, that's pretty good stats for center field. It's pretty good stats for center field. He plays good defense. And again, he had a slow start. There's no doubt about it, but he's picked it up significantly. And I expect him to keep getting better. And if you put him in a better lineup, I think he would be a more productive player. So, and could you imagine him leading off, and then you have like DJ second. Then you have Judge. You have Rizzo. You have to like, boom, 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 boom. Like, damn, that would be nuts. That lineup would be absolutely nuts. So, but we'll see, right? Got to get them out of here, Dominic. Yeah, we got to plug these trolls out, man. It happens, man. It comes with the territory. When the channel starts growing, you got all these people who just come out of nowhere and start doing this craziness, man. But we're gonna get them out of here. We're gonna get them out of here. So don't worry about them. Don't let them ruin the experience. I will wrap it up. I actually have to go to the store really quickly before they close at midnight. Brian Holbrook, what's happening, man? Welcome back. Yeah, it's good to hear from you again, man. Yeah, man, I think they're going to try their best to replace Hicks and Gallo. I don't know how successful they'll be. I think it'll be easy to replace Gallo, but we'll see what happens. Believe me, Cashman's definitely looking. So, Jomo, baby. Yeah, I mean, Jomo had a rough inning, and then he took it, and, he was good for the rest of the way. So, Carlos, exactly, prospect hugging. I mean, yeah, and Andujar asked for a trade. I think the problem, and they've kind of expressed this too, is they don't want to bring him back up now because if they bring him up, they feel he's not going to be motivated to perform. So his trade value will be better in AAA because he keeps being productive. So his trade value will keep going up. It'll go down if you bring him back up to the majors. So that's to me the prevailing sentiment from the Yankees brass. It could be off, but that's what I'm hearing. So, and it does make sense. And again, the fact that he asked to be traded, so. And he does deserve an opportunity to go somewhere else. So give the guy an opportunity. And I know they've tried, and Cashman has said that they haven't found the right package. I mean, I don't know what you're expecting. You're not going to get a haul back from the guy, from Miguel Andujar. You're not going to get a haul back. But I don't know. Judge, 8 years, 375. My God. Whew. Damn, Lorenzo, that's a big number right there. Yeah, Reynolds is a switch hitter. He's got good time, contact speed, good defense, good base running. He'd be a prototypical leadoff guy that we don't have. We have another guy who'd be better suited at leadoff IKF, but the Yankees don't use him there. They put guys who can't run up at the top. Whatever. Happen Reynolds would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. And at that point, I mean, they would trade Gallo and probably eat the rest of the contract if they got Happen Reynolds. It would make sense at that point to do that. So, you know what I mean? Chop, man, always a pleasure, bro. The Cubs do have a lot of relievers: Talbot, Givens, Rowan. Yeah, I mean, D-Rob's consistent. He's got Yankee experience, so he can handle New York and stuff like that. So that, to me, he seems to be the front runner in the Yankees' mindset for reliever. But we'll see. I mean, I think Cashman's going to probably make a move or two that we expect him to make, and then he's going to pull something out of his hat that none of us were thinking about. He does this all the time. Any of us think that he was going to bring in Jose Trevino? I didn't. Not even a little. So, anybody would think that he was going to bring over Clay Holmes? I didn't, but he did. So, and he finds these gems, man. Yeah. Yeah, that Tyler Talbot trade is a blockbuster. A blockbuster. That's a trade. I mean, and again, you can knock out the whole trade deadline with that one trade for the Yankees. Just you could address all the needs in one freaking trade. So, Monty Benzolapa, who doesn't break. Exactly, Dominic. Exactly. He's been reliable. So, 7 years, 40 mil, maybe Carlos. I think he's looking to be for his floor to be 300 million now, and I do think somebody's going to give it to him. I think somebody's going to give him 9 years, probably. I don't know, 330, 340, something like that. It's my guess, but we'll see. It's still early. But he's going to get a line of teams waiting to pay him big dollars and big years. And it sounds like he wants the years. So we'll see. Yeah, Christopher, hopefully Sears does. Yeah, no doubt about it. 7 years to me is the cutoff for Judge. To me, I wouldn't go beyond 35 or 36. He's going to get more now than the Yankees offered him before, which is a $30.5 million per year. There's no doubt about it. But $300 million for 9 years is insane. I agree with you, Brian. At 31 years old, if he was 25, 26, I'd feel differently. 31, hard pass. So go for Brunson, Trey, Randall, try to use some draft picks. Are you talking Knicks, Tyler? Jalen Brunson, I think they're going to go hard for, yeah. I do think he's their focus. They want him to be the point guard of the future. I really, really do. Look at these porn trolls. My goodness. Gonna zap these cats, man. You guys got nothing better to do with your time or what? Come on, gang. That's why we got the moderators too. The enforcers, baby. Kyrie to opt in to Nets. I dislike him. He's gonna opt in? Wow, you don't okay. My gut feeling on Miggy, does he get another shot? I don't think he gets another shot with the Yankees, Dominic. I think he gets traded. And I think somebody will give him an opportunity. So, and again, he should get an opportunity with some. I think he gets traded to the National League. So we're knocking him out, Tyler. We're knocking these spammers out, man. We're getting them out of here. They hate us because they ain't us, man. You know, they're not part of the 161. They don't know how to handle us. I don't think anybody does. But it's all good. I think the Yankees are going to go college high early in the draft, Jesus D. College pitching, college offensive. They generally, for the most recent years, they've gone a lot more high school. But last year they went more college. So I hope they continue to go more college. They'll be put up a little bit higher in the farm and into the system. I think there'll be a quicker path to the majors for the most part, the high round guys. Or the early round guys, I should say. So, but I do think more college offense and college pitching. Yeah. Send it to 8th Avenue video. That's it, Euro. Yeah. Andrew, yeah, I mean, Wink the man. The only way they're getting Soto, I do think somebody's, I don't know if he's going to get traded, but I think they'll probably get some crazy offers. And it does make sense because Soto's camp has already made clear that they don't plan on re-signing with the Nationals. So I don't know why the Nationals would wait and just extract less trade value back from him. But you're going to have to give up Volpe, Dominguez, Peraza, 1, 2, 3 immediately, and then you're going to have to add a bunch on top of it. There is no way you're going to get Soto, in my opinion, without those three. I just don't see it happening. And he's the only guy I would give up Volpe for. The only guy. Yeah, the rumors are saying the owners are not trading Soto. But if somebody gives them an offer that they can't refuse, they'll move him. They'd be crazy not to. So, because at that point, if Soto gets hurt or whatever, and then he'll never get an opportunity like that again. So, Ron Duffy, right here, baby. Right here. Salute. Cheers for you, Ron. Cheers, bro. I know, Steven. Isn't it crazy? Here. Tell you what. There you go, Steve. If you want to take part in zapping them, you can do that now. I appreciate you, bro. Brunson improves the point guard. He's 25, too. Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, I mean, they've set themselves up, too. They have 3 or 4 first-rounders next year. They set themselves up for a couple of big moves in the next year or two. This year's draft was not that deep. Next year's draft is crazy deep. And now they've got, again, I think 4 first-rounders in the next year draft, which is, again, crazy deep. So, and they clear up a lot more payroll after this year. They'll be moving on from Nerlens Noel and some of these other guys, and they'll have a lot more payroll space after next year too. Right around the time. So they're doing it not sexy, but they're doing it right, and they haven't done it right in a while. The Knicks. So I'm more willing to be patient with this one. I really am. Giants are big time analytics. Giants are going to be big time for Judge. But I see the Dodgers and Padres probably being the biggest spenders. biggest willing spenders for Judge, but the Giants, if they're going to spend for anybody, it's probably going to be Judge because they have a good farm too, and they build around Judge hitting those balls in McCovey Cove. It'd be a much more popular version of Barry Bonds. So, I'm happy, Dominic, with Marvin Gonzalez. He's been fantastic. It's fantastic. Gets these clutch hits, man. Yeah. Oh, I know Henry Hill. Blame me. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but yeah. Have a great night, Ron, and salute again, bro. Cheers to you. Some more. Salute, my man. Mitchell, you talking Donovan Mitchell in Utah? We'll see what the Yankees can. We'll see what the Knicks can do. They can clear more payroll, so we'll see what they do. It's on, Angel. It's just sometimes hard to keep up with them, but you have to. There's only certain ways you can do. You can hide the user from the channel, which is what I do, so that they can't come back on. The problem is they just come up with a new name or a new profile, whatnot. They just keep trolling channels and spamming channels. So we got to be consistent with knocking these punks out. But it's all good. It's all good. Anytime I get the chance to permanently block them, I do. I do. Do I think Matt Blake? Yeah, I think he does, Marcos, and I think they better give him a raise. They better give his ass a raise. A good one. Appreciate all those mods, man. All the mods are knocking them out, man. Would you rather have Tyon for 6,125 or Judge at 8,300? I think they could get Tyon probably for 580 or 590. Greg Torres, I think. 8,300 is 37.5 a year. That's way too much for me, Greg Torres. I'd go for Tyon with the shorter deal, and just sign Benintendi and sign some other outfielders. That's what I would do. I don't think Tyon was going to cost that much. Appreciate you, Matthew Gauthier, and thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Teammates with 20-plus home runs and 50 RBIs. Judge and Rizzo and Stanton's not far behind. Stanton's got 18 now, so he might get to 20 before the break as well. I have to look at his RBIs, but he'll be up there too. Heard from a very reliable source the Yankees are close to a big trade with Minnesota that will move Gallo. Ben, which source is this? And who are they getting back for Gallo? If it's a big trade, then it's got to be more than Gallo, because Gallo alone is not a big trade. Who's this source, Ben Green? There's some intel. What do you know? I'm curious, brother. I'm curious. I think Tyon can get 4 to 5 years. Just give him some decent money. He's been good here. I like Tyon. Rizzo will crush his career 100 homers. Yeah, he will. Yeah. Don't want to run the next way. You're damn right, Robert. I wish he would too. Sanchez. Yeah, I just don't see who they would get from the Twins, Chris, for a Gallo. And I don't know that they get. I mean, I think Gallo might go to the National League. I think he might go to the National League. But that's just me. We'll see. We'll see. I'd rather have Judge for the next 8 than Tyon for the next 5. I hear you, Greg. I hear you, man. I think Blake's been good for Tyon. He's so damn cheap at the Yankees money. Who? Me? You? Or damn cheap at the Yankees money? I'm not interested in making stupid deals or bad deals that they're going to hamstring the team for years. Oh, the same thing Greg Torres, staying healthy. Judge concerns me too. He's going to break down at some point. So I don't think the Angels are going to trade Ohtani, Jason. He might sign elsewhere in the free agency, but I don't think they're going to trade him. They'd be nuts. Schmidt could move to the rotation. We have Waldichuk. I mean, they do. I mean, I would keep Schmidt in long relief and move Waldichuk to the rotation because he's already trained as a starter, and Schmidt has been in relief for a while. he hasn't built himself up to be a starter again. So that'd be a little bit longer transition. Not yet, Christopher. He has to build up more innings. I mean, he's never thrown more than 93 innings in a season, Nestor Cortez. So I would not go any more than 140 innings this year with him, and then maybe 160, 170 next year. I would not expect him to throw 170, 180. Like I would not expect the same from Severino. Yes, he did have it twice. Yep, he did. But he also didn't have Matt Blake, so his mechanics have changed since he's come here. Much more mechanically efficient. So, but I would submit there are other guys they can look at into this offseason too. So the Yankees, the Mets made a mistake. The Knicks made a big mistake when they got rid of Donnie Walsh, man. Stupid mistake getting rid of Donnie Walsh, man. He was going to build it up nice. What a moron. What a moron. Dolan is. Ugh. Cole, yep. Man, if they get Brian Reynolds, Montez, and Benintendi, I'd be really happy. Really happy. I think most of us would be. So I don't think they would move Nestor closer. Chris, doesn't make sense. You have other guys for that. In long relief, different story. How much of a joke New York sports have been. I wouldn't say about New York sports have been a joke. I don't know about that. Stanton, yeah, Stanton's going to – I want him to have his Roy Haas moment. He hit the ball so far it hits the light explodes in the upper deck. So that's what I want to see. Yeah, pitchers having innings limits like to Nolan Ryan. Yeah, Nolan Ryan's a different breed, man. He lives in Texas and glad you fixed that Christopher Woods full coat. Pick up that red starting pitcher. Yeah, Luis Castillo. They're talking to them about it already. So Joey and Nelly, what's happening, King? Get a starter, get a good lefty bat with contact, and platoon Donaldson with Carpenter, depending on the matchup. Yeah, I would if I could add something to that, I would add a reliever. But you're on the right track, Joey and Nelly. I think the Yankees might start. They have to build them up, but I would not be surprised, Jonathan, if they built them up there. So yeah. How many World Series have the Dodgers won in the last 30 years? One. In the COVID shortened season, one. Before that, they hadn't won one since like 1988 or 1990. So it's not only, you know how hard it is to win a championship. I mean, the Nets made it to an NBA Finals a couple times. The Knicks, I agree, they got to get rid of Dolan. The Mets now have some credibility. They now have a guy who's interested in investing in their product. So, and the Jets are on the right direction. The Giants are, a little bit behind the Jets in my opinion, but the Giants also beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl. So I wouldn't say a joke. I mean, how hard it is to win in this market. It's not easy. Imagine Stanton at home. Oh, God, that would be awesome, Sean. Freaking awesome. Knicks get Mitchell and O'Neal for Randall, Burks, McBride, Cam Reddish, Rhymes, 23 first pick from Knicks, 23 Dallas. Interesting, Tyler. I like you throwing the basketball trades out now. I like it, bro. I like it. Love it. Football. Yeah, we need a New York Super Bowl. We definitely need a New York Super Bowl. And I don't think the Rangers are far away from winning a cup either. I really don't. No. People say Derek Jeter was the MJ of baseball. Probably Kobe. I mean, MJ did not have an equal. He never has, and I don't think he ever will. MJ was the greatest that ever lived in basketball. Jeter was beloved like Jordan was. I mean, Kobe is a good analogy. Lorenzo, I like that. Class dude, too. Oh, yeah, when Whoopi was Nick's coach on it. Yeah. I forgot the name of that movie. That's a fun movie. Gallo from Mrs. Men. A good one, Michael. Trade Judge to the Blue Jays. Are you nuts, Ron? We'll trade him, but I want shit. I want Manoa. I want Gurriel back. I'll take those two. Manoa and Gurriel for Judge. Jason, yes, 100%. Jordan is the GOAT. It's not even close. Not even close. Dominic. Michael, Kobe, LeBron, maybe. This thing keeps scrolling way too fast. Yeah, I mean, Michael, Kobe, LeBron, maybe third, but two always. Yeah. Michael's. Yeah, Jason, I know. Imagine trading into Toronto. That'd be freaking nuts. Jordan was Babe Ruth. Yeah, Babe Ruth was the greatest of all time, in my opinion, for baseball. So, yeah, but let me wrap this up too, because I have to go to the supermarket and get a few things before the morning. But have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on. Yankees win, back in the win column here again after yesterday's walk-off almost no-hitter. I'll take it. And but I appreciate all you. If anybody hasn't subscribed, make sure you do that. And I appreciate you all too. We just passed the 12,000 subscriber threshold today, so I thank you all. Whether you've been with me from the beginning, you're new, been with me for a little while, love and appreciate you all. But peace and love. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Over and out.